The scream cuts through the mountain air like a knife, sharp and raw, stopping me dead in my tracks. It's late spring, and I'm halfway up a rocky trail in the Wyoming mountains. My camera is slung over my shoulder, chasing shot of elk for a magazine. But that sound, it's no elk. It's desperate, almost human. My heart pounds as I scramble toward it, boots slipping on loose gravel. I reach a narrow gorge, and what I see freezes me. A snow leopard, its gray fur streaked with dirt, is thrashing the coils of a massive python. The snake's thicker than my arm, its scales glinting in the sunlight as it squeezes. This shouldn't be happening. Pythons don't live here, and snow leopards are rare as hell in these parts. I fumble for my camera, instinct kicking in. I need to capture this, to show the world. My hands shake as I raise the lens, but the strap catches on my jacket, and the camera slips. It hits the rocks with a sickening crunch, the lens shattering. I curse under my breath, my chest tight. This isn't just about the shot. It's personal. My wife, Claire, loved animals like this. She'd spend hours sketching leopards, telling me they were survivors, just like her, until she wasn't. Cancer took her last year, and I've been wandering these mountains ever since, trying to find something that makes sense. Now, staring at this leopard's wide, panicked eyes, I feel her watching me, urging me to do something. I'm no hero. I'm just a guy with a broken camera and a hole in my chest. But I can't just stand here. The leopard's growling now, weaker, its claws scraping uselessly at the python's coils. I take a step closer, rocks crunching under my boots, and that's when I hear another sound, boots. Not mine. Someone's coming. I turn, and a woman in a ranger's uniform jogs up the trail, her face set hard. She's maybe 40, with short brown hair and a radio clipped to her belt. Emily, her name tag reads. She sees the gorge and stops, her breath catching. Jesus. She mutters, "What the hell is that?" I don't know, I say, my voice rough. Snow leopard and a python. It's bad. Emily's already on her radio, calling for backup. Her words clipped and urgent. Wildlife team, this is Ranger Emily Carter. I've got a situation at Blacktail Gorge. Predator conflict, urgent. Bring gear. She looks at me, sizing me up. You a hiker? Photographer, I say, pointing to the wreckage of my camera. James. She nods like that's enough. Stay put, James. We need to figure this out. We creep closer to the edge, the gorge dropping maybe 20 feet below. The leopard's still fighting, but its movements are slowing, its breath shallow. The python's coils shift, tightening, and I wince, imagining the life being crushed out of that cat. Claire's voice is in my head, clear as day. Every creature deserves a chance, James. I clench my fists torn. I want to climb down there, do something. But what? That snake's a monster, and I'm no match for it. Emily's watching the scene, her jaw tight. We can't wait long, she says. That leopard's got minutes. Maybe. I tell her about Claire, the words spilling out before I can stop them. My wife, she loved animals. She'd know what to do. She died last year. Emily glances at me, her eyes softening for a second. I'm sorry, she says, but we've got to focus. We'll help this cat, okay? I nod, swallowing hard. She's right. I owe it to Claire, to myself, to try. The leopard lets out another cry, weaker now, and my stomach twists. But then, something shifts. The python's coils loosen, just a fraction, like it's hesitating. Its head sways, tongue flicking, but it doesn't tighten again. Emily notices too, her eyes narrowing. That's not normal, she says. Snakes don't just pause. My pulse races. Something's off, but I don't know what. The leopard's still trapped, its eyes locked on mine, and I feel it, like it's begging me not to give up. Emily grabs her radio again, her voice urgent. Hurry up, we're losing time. But I can't stop staring at the python, wondering why it's holding back. It's been maybe 20 minutes since I heard that snow leopard's cry, and my pulse hasn't slowed. The gorge is quieter now, but the tension's thick as fog. The leopard's still trapped in the python's coils. Its gray fur matted with sweat and blood. Its eyes are half closed, like it's slipping away. The python, though, it's acting strange. It loosened its grip for a moment yesterday, giving us hope, but now it's tightening again, slow and deliberate. I'm standing on a rocky ledge with Emily, the ranger, her face grim as she scans the scene. My broken cameras still lie in the dirt, a reminder of how useless I felt when it slipped from my hands. Claire's voice is in my head, telling me to fight for what's alive. I want to, but I'm scared I'll fail again. Emily's radio crackles and a voice breaks through. Emily, it's Sarah. I'm almost there. Got gear. 5 minutes. Emily clips the radio back to her belt and looks at me. James, we gotta get ready. Sarah's good with animals, but this is dicey. I nod, wiping sweat from my forehead. The late spring sun is high, warming the rocks, but my hands are cold. I keep seeing Claire, how she'd sketch animals like this leopard, saying they deserved a chance. She fought cancer for 2 years, believed in saving everything wild. I couldn't save her, but maybe I can help here. We hear boots crunching and Sarah appears, jogging up the trail. She's young, mid-20s, with a backpack stuffed with ropes and a first aid kit. Her face is focused, but there's a flicker of nerves in her eyes. She drops to her knees at the edge of the gorge, peering down. Okay, she says, catching her breath. That's a big snake. We need to distract it, maybe use a pole to loosen its grip. Emily points to a narrow path leading into the gorge. It's steep, but we could get close. I hesitate. That python's at least 15 feet. Its coils like steel cables. One wrong move, and we're in trouble. I take a step toward the path, rocks skittering under my boots. The leopard growls, weak but defiant, and my chest tightens. It's still alive, still fighting. I glance at the python, its scales catching the light. That's when I notice something, a jagged scar along its side, pale and uneven, like it came from a collar or chain. I point out to Sarah, who's unpacking her gear. That's not natural, I say. Wild snakes don't get scars like that. Sarah freezes, her hands on a long pole. She leans closer, squinting. You're right, she says, her voice low. That looks old, like it was kept somewhere. Emily's already halfway down the path, beckoning us. Come on, we're losing time. I follow, my heart hammering. Sarah's behind me, gripping the pole like a lifeline. The leopard's breaths are shallower now, its claws twitching. I can't stop thinking about Claire. I tell Emily, my voice shaky. My wife, she loved this stuff. Always said we had to protect what's wild. She died last year. I thought coming here would help me. I don't know. Feel her again. Emily glances back, her eyes steady. She'd be proud you're here, James. Let's do this for her. Her words hit hard, and I nod, swallowing the lump in my throat. Sarah's at the bottom of the gorge now, her pole ready. She's watching the python, and I see her tense. It's not moving right, she says, almost to herself. It's too sluggish, like it's been through something. I saw a snake like this before, but... She stops, her face tightening. Emily kneels beside her. Where's Sarah? What do you mean? Sarah shakes her head, focusing on the leopard. Never mind. Let's just get this cat free. But her voice is off, like she's hiding something. The python's head sways, its tongue flicking, and I swear it's looking at us. We're maybe 10 feet from the animals now, close enough to smell the dust and blood. Sarah raises a pole, aiming to nudge the python's coils. The leopard whimpers, and my stomach twists. We got one shot at this. But Sarah's words keep echoing. I saw a snake like this before. She's staring at the python, her hands shaking, and I can't shake the feeling she knows more than she's saying. Emily grips my arm. Ready, James? I nod, but my eyes are on Sarah. Whatever she's not telling us, it's about to make this a lot harder. The air in the gorge feels heavier now, thick with dust and the faint smell of blood. It's been maybe an hour since I first heard the snow leopard's cry, and my hands are still shaking. The leopard's barely moving, its gray fur slick with sweat, its chest rising and falling in shallow bursts. The python's coils are tight again, its massive body wrapped around the cat like a living cage. I'm crouched at the bottom of the gorge with Emily and Sarah, the rocks digging into my knees. Sarah's gripping her pole, her knuckles white, staring at the python's scarred side. That jagged mark, like an old collar scar, keeps gnawing at me. This snake doesn't belong here. And Sarah's words from earlier, I saw a snake like this before, hang in the air, unanswered. A new sound breaks the tension, boots crunching fast. A man jogs toward us, carrying a heavy case. He's older, maybe 50, with graying hair and a calm, steady look. Emily stands up. Tom, thank God. You got the tranks? He nods, setting the case down. Tom, our vet? He says, glancing at me. James, right? I nod, too tense to say much. He opens the case, revealing syringes and vials. Got enough to knock out both, but it's tricky. Too much, and we lose them. Too little, and that snake's still a problem. Emily's all business. What's the plan, Tom? He kneels, eyeing the animals. Leopard's in bad shape. We hit the snake first, loosen its grip, then get the cat out. But we gotta be fast. Sarah shifts, her pole still raised. Is it safe? I mean, trank ing a python that size? Tom hesitates, his jaw tight. It's not ideal, but we're out of time. I look at the leopard, its eyes half open, and my stomach twists. Claire's voice echoes in my head, clear as ever. Every creature deserves a chance. James. She said it when we found an injured hawk once, nursed it back to health. I failed her, but I won't fail this cat. I speak up, my voice rough. We have to try. My wife, Claire, she believed in this, saving what's wild. She'd want us to do it. Emily glances at me, her expression softening for a second. Okay, James, let's give it a shot. Sarah's quieter, her eyes flicking to Python. It's sluggish. She says like it's exhausted. That's not normal, right? Tom nods, prepping a syringe. Could be stress or something else. He doesn't elaborate, and I wonder if he's noticed the scar too. We move closer, maybe 5 feet from the animals. The leopard's breaths are so faint I can barely see them. The python's head sways, its tongue flicking, and I freeze. It's looking at us, or maybe at Tom. He's talking now, low and steady, explaining the dosage. Keep it calm, he says. They pick up on voices. As if on cue, the python's coil shifts slightly, loosening for a second before tightening again. Tom's eyes narrow. That's weird. It's reacting to me. Sarah tenses, gripping her pole harder. Maybe it's just nervous, she says, but her voice is shaky, like she doesn't believe it. Emily's impatient. Tom, can you do this or not? He nods, loading the syringe. I'll aim for the snake's midsection. Sarah, be ready with that pole. James, help Emily with the leopard once it's free. I nod, my heart racing. The gorge feels smaller now, the walls closing in. I keep thinking about Claire, how she'd be right here with us. Fearless. I'm not her, but I'm trying. Tom raises a syringe, his hand steady, but Sarah speaks up, hesitant. Wait, what if the trank makes it worse? What if it kills them? Tom looks at her, his calm slipping. We don't have a choice, Sarah. That cat's got minutes. The leopard lets out a sound then, a weak, guttural rick that cuts through me. It's not just pain, it's like it's begging, its eyes locked on mine. My throat tightens, and I feel Claire's presence, urging me forward. Emily grabs my arm. James, stay focused. We're doing this. Tom's lining up the shot, the syringe glinting in the sunlight. Sarah's pole is raised, ready to nudge the python. The leopard's rick echoes in my head, and I know we're out of time. But the python's still watching us, its eyes sharp, and I can't shake the feeling it's waiting for something. We're so close. But that rick, it's like a warning, telling us to hurry before it's too late. The leopard's weak rick still rings in my ears, pushing my heart into overdrive. We're at the bottom of the gorge, the air thick with dust and tension. The snow leopard's barely breathing. Its gray fur limp against the python's coils. The snake's massive body, 15 feet of muscle, tightens again, but its movements are slow, almost sluggish. I'm crouched next to Emily, her eyes locked on Tom, who's holding a syringe filled with tranquilizer. Sarah's a few feet away, her pole raised, ready to nudge the python. My hands are sweaty, and Claire's voice is loud in my head. Every creature deserves a chance. I failed her, but I won't fail this cat. Not today. Tom's voice is steady. All right, I'm going for the snake's midsection. Sarah, keep that pole ready. Emily, James, be ready to grab the leopard. I nod, my throat dry. The gorge feels like it's closing in, the rocky walls towering over us. Sarah's hands shake, but she's focused, her eyes on the python's scarred side. That jagged mark we saw earlier, like a collar scar, hasn't left my mind. Something's wrong about this snake, and I can tell Sarah's thinking it too. But there's no time to dwell. The leopard's eyes are half closed, its chest barely moving. Tom leans forward, syringe in hand, and I hold my breath. The python's head sways, tongue flicking, but it doesn't strike. Now, Tom says, and he jabs a needle into the snake's thick scales. The python twitches, its coils loosening slightly, and my pulse jumps. It's working. Sarah moves fast, sliding her pole under a coil, prying it gently. Come on, she mutters, sweat beading on her forehead. Emily's beside her, pulling at another coil, her boots slipping on the rocks. I rush to help, grabbing the leopard's hind legs, careful not to hurt it. Its fur is warm, but it's so still I'm scared we're too late. The python's coils slacken more, and with one last push, Sarah and Emily free the leopard. It collapses onto the ground, its sides heaving. I kneel beside it, my hands shaking as I check for a pulse. It's faint, but it's there. It's alive, I say, my voice cracking. Emily exhales, her face breaking into a tired smile. Good work, team. Tom's still by the python, checking its eyes. It's out, he says, but we need to move fast. This stuff won't last long. Sarah's bandaging the leopard's wounds, her hands steady now. The cat's breathing steadies, its eyes flickering open. I stroke its head, feeling a rush of relief. Claire would have loved this moment. I'm about to say something when I notice Tom frowning at the python. He's running his fingers along its scales, near the scar. Look at this, he says, his voice low. I lean closer and my stomach drops. There's a mark etched into the snake's skin, a small, faded code, like a serial number. It's not natural. It's a tattoo, I say, barely believing it. Emily's eyes widen, like from a zoo or a lab. Sarah glances over, her face paling, but she doesn't say anything. She's focused on the leopard, but I can tell she's listening. Tom shakes his head. This snake was in captivity, no question. That code's for tracking. I've seen it on rescued animals before. My mind races. Pythons don't live in Wyoming. Someone brought it here. But why? The leopard stirs, letting out a soft growl, and I feel a mix of joy and dread. We saved it, but this tattoo changes everything. Emily's already on her radio, calling for a transport team. We'll get them both to the rehab center, she says. But her voice is tense, like she's piecing something together. I look at Sarah, who's avoiding my eyes. She knew something about this snake earlier, and now she's too quiet. Tom stands, wiping his hands. We did good, he says, but then he looks at the python, his expression hard. This snake didn't get here on its own. Someone let it loose. My chest tightens. The leopard's safe, but the question hangs over us like a storm cloud. Who did this, and why were they in these mountains? We start carrying the leopard up the path. Its weight heavy, but warm. Sarah's beside me, her hands gentle on the cat's fur. Emily's ahead, guiding us. Tom's behind, keeping an eye on the python, still sedated. The sun's dipping low, casting long shadows across the gorge. I feel Claire's presence, like she's proud. But Tom's words keep echoing. Someone let it loose. I glance at the python's tattoo, glinting faintly, and I know this isn't over. Not by a long shot. It's been 3 days since we pulled that snow leopard from the python's coils, and I can still feel the weight of its fur in my hands. I'm at the rehab center now, a low building tucked in the Wyoming foothills, surrounded by pines. The late spring air is crisp, carrying the scent of wet earth. Inside, the leopard's in a recovery pen. Its gray fur cleaner now, its eyes brighter. It's weak, but it's eating, a good sign. The python's in a separate enclosure, coiled in a corner, still under observation. That tattoo on its skin, that strange code, keeps nagging at me. Tom's words echo. This snake didn't get here on its own. I want answers, but right now, I'm just glad we saved them. I'm helping unload supplies to the center, stacking crates of medical gear. It feels good to do something with my hands, to focus on the present. Claire would have loved this place. She'd be right here, probably sneaking extra treats to the animals. Her memory's been heavy since she passed last year, but today it's lighter, like she's smiling. I've started volunteering at a local animal shelter too, on her behalf. It's not much, cleaning cages, walking dogs, but it's a start, a way to keep her belief in second chances alive. Emily's here, checking on the leopard. She's in her ranger uniform, her boots muddy from the trail. She sees me and grins. "James, you're becoming a regular." I shrug, setting down a crate. Trying to do some good, you know? She nods, her eyes softening. "You did good out there. That cat's alive because of you." Her words hit deep, and I manage a small smile. Claire would have said the same. Sarah's here too, bandaging a hawk in the next room. She's been quiet since the gorge, especially when the python comes up. I catch her in the hallway later, her hand still smelling of antiseptic. "Sarah," I say, "you okay? You seem off out there." She hesitates, her eyes flicking away. "It's nothing," she says. "Just reminded me of a rescue I worked on once. A snake got loose, caused trouble." I wait, hoping she'll say more, but she just smiles tightly and heads back to work. I don't push. Whatever she's holding back, it's her story to tell. Emily joins me outside, leaning against a fence. She tells me about a wolf she helped save years ago, how it kept her going after a rough patch. "Lost my dad around then," she says, her voice low. "Work like this, it grounds you." I nod, thinking of Claire. "Yeah, it does." I tell her about the shelter, how I named a new program after Claire, the fun rescues. Emily's eyes light up. "That's beautiful, James." She'd be proud. For the first time in months. I believe it. Tom's been checking the python daily, and I find him in its enclosure later. He's taking notes, his face serious. "Any news?" I ask. He shakes his head. "That code's definitely from captivity. Probably a private collection, but no leads yet. It's healing, though. Stronger than I expected." I look at the python, its coils glinting under the lights. It's calm now, but I can't forget how it watched us in the gorge. Tom claps my shoulder. "You did right by them. James, focus on that." A week later, I'm at home, a small cabin near the mountains. I'm flipping through a local paper when a headline stopped me cold. "Exotic snake missing from private zoo. Last seen near Rockies." The article's short, no details about a tattoo or a specific zoo. Just a vague mention of a python escaping months ago. My pulse quickens. It could be our snake, but there's no proof. I stare at the page, questions swirling. Who let it loose? Why was it in those mountains? I'll probably never know, and part of me is okay with that. The leopard alive, the python safe, and I'm finding my way. I head to the shelter the next day, helping a kid pick out a rescue dog. The kids smile, the dog's wagging tail. It's small, but it's enough. I think of Claire, how she'd love this. As I lock up that night, I glance at the forest beyond the shelter. Something moves in the shadows, just for a second. A deer maybe, or something else. I don't chase it. I've learned to let some mysteries be. Claire's voice is soft in my mind. "Keep going, James." And I will, one step at a time.